Well, chat, definitely let me know if you can fog me. That was a pretty balking good one, if I do say so myself. Big shout-outs to the master mixer himself, young Joe Bro, in the back. We'll make sure to shout him out so you guys can give him a follow for these the freshest and the hottest beats in the realm. We're ready for round number 3 here. We've had a lot of competition here. 2 different teams taking the first 2 rounds that we've already played. This is the first time we're seeing the plane or the blimp or the zeppelin or whatever you want to call it originate from the west side, going to the east side, but it doesn't look like we're seeing too much in the way of switching, dropping spots. Kefri and Bird still going to theirs. Shift and Slick still heading to theirs. Incon and Lasses still in the Forbidden Swamp. All things definitely looking in order.
I'm on the west side. I'm on the east side. I'm on the west bank. I'm on the east bank. It's not that big a deal. You know where that's from?
I don't.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's one of Dave Chappelle's earlier roles.
Really?
Yeah, Mel Brooks. Great film. Got to watch it. You'd like it a lot. FaZe on Light finishing off. Evil Eye, actually. So this is actually a pretty big kill for them, as that's a very good player. Dosips is isolated as a solo player in the hut over there. As he comes out, FaZe, great angle on him. The burst can clean it up. FaZe, what a round thus far.
Just a absolutely devastating headshot burst there coming through onto Dosips. The poor man never knew what hit him. He's got Game Hunter pinned behind a rock here, but 15-second cooldown comes up eventually. He's able to blink himself back to safety here. It looks like FaZe will be able to defend his poor twin brother long enough for him to stand up.
So there is a weapon chest underneath this tower, and it's on the southward side of Trinity Hills, and so he must have gotten this epic SMG and this rare burst rifle, which is 2 very potent weapons, from that one weapon chest, and then walked all the way up.
Good day indeed.
And found 2 kills. What a drop.
For the Belgian boys. Here's the healing potion coming through. Warrior passive doing a little bit of work as well. It'll be perfect just to top him up in that light situation. Last takes down Gotaga. Some big names filling up the kill feed, but everyone in this lobby is pretty much a big name.
420 Brain and Game Hunter still aware there is another duo, and FaZe is holding the high ground. Part of the reason, most likely, I'd expect Nick just to keep vision.
Yeah.
And see where they're rotating. No, Dave is safe, or if he's not. They haven't looted very much armor, as you can see. Actually, no armor looted at all for FaZe, so just has the weapons, and Dave just with the boots. Or Onilight, excuse me.
Whew. 420 Brain just hoping to get out of this one. Clow and no longer joking versus DeFran and Gale. The exact same fight, pretty much in the exact same spot that we saw in Lumberfall last time around. Clow, heroic leap. That's a big commitment. That's a long cooldown straight essentially into DeFran's face, and boy, does he pay for it.
And you know what? He just didn't see, I think, Adelaide rotating. I think he thought it was just DeFran. Now DeFran has a chance to maybe get chicken, but he's going to do the chickening first. The chickening coming out in theaters September 22nd.
2 days before my birthday.
2 days before
4
Nick's
days
birthday.
after yours.
Exactly.
The signs. What do they mean?
The signs. I think Ninja and Chappie have gotten some signs in round 1 and round 2 as well. To just maybe play a little bit more patiently, maybe switch something up. You know, round 1, round 2 can be feeler rounds for a lot of these teams.
Sure.
Nick. So I think if they're going to really exceed here, they've got to get themselves in the top 20 somehow.
They're about to see if they're cut out for it. Chapo pushing Chappie here pretty recklessly. They both take about an even trade worth of damage here. Chappie needs assistance from Ninja. Where is he?
Oh, the jukes. Okay. Show him how to soar, boy. Chappie, however, gets cleaned up there by Viral and Chapo, who now know that Ninja is around the corner because that is Chappie. That is his teammate. Everyone should be aware. Nice shot. Ninja's so low, and he's behind the tree. Chapo's low, too. So Viral's going to try to push this, and he has the proximity mine. Ninja mounting up. And is this Ninja onto the Assassin? So this is what we question, Nick. Is he going to switch classes?
Yeah.
And I think the answer's clear.
Did this a little bit in week number 1 as well. Played a little bit of Hunter, a little bit of Engineer. But that was pretty much it from what I remember anyway. We'll have to see if he goes any deeper into the champion pool today. Blinking out of the window, Dyrus.
Are you a fan of that, by the way?
To get out of dodge here. I think if you've got it in the wheelhouse, I mean, do you think? You're just not feeling it.
What if it's more of a, I'm not having a good day on this?
I think that's where it comes in. You need to be very objective with yourself. Am I making mistakes, or is this just not
the class
not doing it for me?
I feel that. Space line as well. Also, if a class keeps killing you over and over again, you might be like, all right, I'm tired of this as well. I think it does play into it. Emotion is a factor in all human decisions, whether you believe it or not. Space Lion doing his best to find Hexy with a burst, but he's going to get taken down. Oh, Hexy getting a little help from Dyrus.
Little
the
1-2
side.
punch. My goodness gracious. Baseline down. Tyrus goes for the heal reload. You can start your heal and then just hit your reload. Two things at once. We talking multi-core processing here. 200 IQ play.
i7. Incredible.
i9 now.
i9.
That new.
That new. I got to upgrade my stuff, man. I'm out here saying i7's cool. That shows you where I'm at.
That is that's where I live. I live right under the newest tier of hardware.
It's a good spot to live.
It's the value town.
Yeah. I mean, I live right at the console the year after it comes out. That's where I am. I'll wait a year before the console's done. It drops like that $50, and you can get it. It's available. You know, I like buying things when they're available. I don't have to wait outside 24 hours to be able to get it.
Never have, probably never will. Not for a console anyway.
Not for a console.
Those days are behind me.
You're PC master race now, Nick. WoW
I
got you in, and WoW keep you
I just
there.
stink at console now, man. It's one of those things. It's very frustrating to like.
deflating.
I used to be good at Call of Duty on the console back in the day, and now I'm hot garbage. And I'm like, I don't want to do it over again, man. I don't want to relearn it.
And you could see Bird and Kefri here. I mean, they got time to play console games, different PC games. They are rarely challenged, and when they are, it's one fight, and they know exactly how to handle it. They hold this forge. If anyone gets close, they have the barricade. They've got the firebomb, and they've already been able to, most likely, it looks like a legendary thrust, forge that up. So Bird and Kefri sitting pretty.
Absolutely, and the purple burst, green burst here.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
situation to be in for Kefri. Firepower in a good spot. Kefri falling pretty low here, only 590 HP to spare. Bird making the rotation, trying to get involved, and he will pick up the kill very quickly and cleanly. No damage taken.
And that's what's so good about Bird and Kefri, the ability for them to tag team in and out of situations and use their health pools to their maximum potential by jumping in and saying, I'm low now, I'm going to heal up, now you go in, use all your abilities. By the time I have to come in and support you, I've got my cooldowns back and I'm already healed.
Leaving the purple burst there. Incon last, pushing up over the hill. Class weapon already online for Incon, and a golden slug for big boy Lassus out of the legendary chest. The
That's a
gods
lucky
have
drop.
smiled upon him on this day. Purple thrust, as well as a green barricade, as well as a golden healing totem.
I mean, he's checking for the chicken now. He knows it's close by. And this is where you pretty much find it, because there's only one angle you can go that would be a hiding spot.
See what I'm saying, man?
I am Keems. Where did they get who?
I don't know. Hopefully he's cool with it.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, I mean, I think Keem has a little bit of a lower voice than that, but I just have to double check.
My gnome needs to be ripped.
But no,
Deep voice.
Yeah. The guy who's super self-conscious when making his own scan. Gladly Keem
Just
let
the
it.
Chad gnome.
Yeah. He needs to be ripped. He needs a six-pack, okay? He needs to sound good. He's got to have a couple of babes around him. Maybe one pops out of the shell with me. You never know. Like one of those cakes John F. Kennedy had Marilyn Monroe pop out of. You never know, okay? Got to keep my brand, keep my image.
There we go. 3 kills for Lass and Incon. They kind of sort of were on the tail of Danny and Grego, but Danny and Grego could be long gone here. Dufran and Gale continuing their reign of terror as they pick up their 5th kill, rotating in to the crossing, getting close to the Umber Pass as well. They're maxed out on Forge as well, so it's about time they craft a thing or two.
And you're right, and crafting probably not the biggest aspect of this competitive scene until the later, or it's actually until the very beginning. And then after that, you pretty much try to find your loot off of kills. You were mentioning that, I think, in a couple earlier broadcasts where you find that this mid-game really not filled with a lot of crafting because it's just such a risk.
Yeah. Gets expensive, too, especially for those class weapons. Not a lot of people opt into those, except for the snipers. We'll see those picked up most commonly. Starting to see a little bit of emphasis on the potion launcher as well as the engineer becomes more popular. Slick just gets blown up there. Just barely gets around the tree. Will be able to make it around the house. He will. Shift now tasked with the defense. They do not want to drop here. 21 teams remaining. That would be a really rough score for them to get. And it looks like Bonker about to put the nail in the coffin.
And it's player versus caster there, because Shift has definitely casted some of Cohen Bonker's games as well in the PPL, and now they get a little bit of revenge and allow him to spectate once more their play as Mad Ruski and Insom. Great round 1 are facing off against Josh OG, who does not have Summit apparently in the party. So what I've seen this be is either they double classed without realizing it, or maybe Summit didn't connect, left the queue. Either way, unfortunate. Him and Josh will take a pretty much a negative or a positive 20 on that round.
Give it flash. Huster pushing up on this tower. Not sure if they're aware that it's occupied currently. Oh, they just got line of sight of Ames, Ashu, Lasbra up there as well. And now the siege of this tower begins. I was going to think of a clever name for it, but I didn't in time. So now it's just this tower.
I feel like cleverness and wit is sometimes just a gift of the gods. It just shines on you.
It's either there or it's not.
It's either there or it's not. You know, I admire people who maintain wit at all times of life. I can't do it. I mean, I can't do it, man.
Not to my own quality standards.
Yeah, exactly. Not to the stuff that I care about, that I care to listen to when I'm doing VOD review. Satori and Yohelion. Very interesting angle. The high ground right at the edge of the circle. So they've got vision of anybody who's trying to move in away from Trinity Hills towards Jade Gardens. And they've also entered a little spot right by that cave, which we don't see a lot of people land on. But there are 7 chests there, and there are 2 potion chests as well. And there's a decent enough for 1 person to get super looted, but maybe just not enough for 2, and that's why.
Did we miss the fight at this tower? Did they end up fighting? Or did Team 9 just kind of wuss out and go stack?
I don't know, but it's no show now without 4 show. That's a cute little
they
name
just
pair.
they wussed out.
They were no shows.
Man, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, I guess you could. Lasbra as well had a great round in phase 9.
Is that Koa? That's got to be Koa.
It has to be. If it was, I'd be so impressed. It's overpowered in Imtash, though. This is an interesting fight. So you have this staircase, and you have to push up. The concussion bomb, a great tool, and overpowered knows it, but the smoke screen perfectly timed. And now FaZe has the high ground, but the barricade comes up. Imtash comes up as well, but he lets FaZe drop down as Light trying to finish it off. Hits his head, and he will get put to bed.
You know, that's just knowledge of the fight there. You can take so much damage when you're trying to disengage if you don't do it cleanly, and that's really... The fight was basically even until those boys tried to disengage there.
Exactly.
We've got alternate and Mopork rotating around as well, but they don't have armor potions, so I'm not sure they're super excited about taking this fight.
And Fog still has 1 minute and 35 seconds left. Notice in the right-hand side, you see that yellow kind of pause, exclamation point. And when it's red... although a stop sign's a little differently, for this one it means go. The fog is moving, and it's the danger zone as well. Lasbra aims at you, hiding, both alive. Keva Flash and Huster right above them, and alternate and Mopork riding into them, so it's going to be aims at you and Lasbra who get the better end of this. They don't have to fight.
Just getting the jump there. Beautiful shot from alternate right over the crest of the hill there.
Wow!
And wow, the tracking from Mopork mid-flight. 2 more easy kills for alternate and Mopork, but do they know about the team waiting on the cliffside just below them?
That was incredible.
That was awesome.
I mean, the ADS as well.
Both of those shots were really incredible.
He couldn't tell a tree from a gnome in midair at that fast, but he ended up finding it. Adelaide.
The peel!
Somehow gets chicken right away from Bonker, who's running the stone spear. That's how, never mind. I forgot about that. That weapon is incredible. Now DeFran has a lot of work to do. Nice concussion bomb, but it's going to be Bonker who cleans it up. Imtash as well, finding a kill.
From downtown. Who is that man on that cliff? Look at that. Way back there. He picked up that kill.
Wow.
Absolute wild, man.
Hodsick as well. I actually think it was Imtash, Nick,
it may have been,
who rotated in, and Hodsick was watching and said,
Imtash is right here.
Yeah.
Somebody, I don't know if they got the killing blow, but they definitely put the majority of the damage down on the Dyrus.
Might have been Hodsick. We've seen that before, where somebody shoots and they almost help a cause that doesn't benefit them in the end. And it might have been Ruski and Insom who maybe applied some damage, is what you might have noticed. As 24 players left, 14 teams. Round 3 getting close to the end as the fog now starts to move in, and Team 31 is right at the edge. That might have been our man Hodsick, who is now coming back knowing he has to face a lot of people there.
Maybe. Oh, that's going to be Incon.
I believe 29 is Hodsick. That solo player, I believe, is 29 that we talked about.
Lassus. Look at this. A lot of people filing in. Dyrus and Hexy, Mopork and alternate.
It's the chickening.
A lot of people here, but thankfully there's kind of like a way. There's a path. There's a mountain pass spoken of deep within the legends that Hexy could be looking to take here.
13 teams. Battle for first. Dyrus, Hexy, natural advantage, obviously, because they have the high ground, but they've got 2 team members alive. No show, doing a great job with the barricade to buy time, and now this is not a beautiful spot for Dyrus because he doesn't have the ability to outrun this fog anymore. He only has the green boots. He's going to get chicken here. That was not the fight you wanted to take if you were Dyrus. He's not going to give up, but the jailbird signifies exactly where he is, locked in place, and he's going to go down.
Dyrus hiding behind the rock. You want this booty, boys. You're going to have to come
You're
get
going
it.
to have to come get it around this rock, okay?
Nobody will get the killing blow there on a Dyrus. Mtash takes down Incon, Ruski, and Insom rotating in now. 18 players left, 10 of them full teams here, so looking like just the 10th place available now. Danny and Grego, no kills to their name. They are moving in and maybe find their first 2.
And this is big. However, he's only got the turret, Nick. This is not an optimistic situation. We get a little bit of geometry going on with
the Venn diagram.
The Venn diagram of barricades. And it's going to be Prince Danny who comes out on top. What a great play for him. And now he's in a great spot here. 9 teams remaining. That's 4 more points taken off his score and some loot to boot.
Give me the loot. They scoop
boy.
up a purple slug. All kinds of armor here. Grego gets full healed. He's healthy enough to defend Danny while Danny needs to take a turn. Healing up. Danny goes all the way inside to do it. Grego might be flirting with the idea of getting inside this building just to get cheeky. Circle not doing too much damage here. Definitely worth it if you want to get the angle.
Yeah, he just doesn't commit to it, so he takes, unfortunately, the damage twice. It's not too much. This is where patience comes into play. Only needs the legendary boots, otherwise stacked out. Nick, 10 health potions, 4 armor potions. Just a little bit off the top. This is a potion save that you would advise or not, because he could fill up here, get maybe 300 extra armor. But he's holding out.
300's worth it.
300's worth it, you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. It's realistically, it's about 200, 250 maybe. Because he doesn't have the full amount, because he doesn't have a legendary.
That's not worth it for me. Okay. I wouldn't be popping that, but I am definitely frugal with my pots, especially when I only have 4 of them left.
Wow, what a shot. And again, we see Insom playing with the wall, Nick. This doesn't seem like it's a mistake or a random loot situation. It feels like Insom has really found some strategy to make use of the defensive style of Mage here in Realm.
I think with no more CDR, less fireball damage, that's less relevant. Alternate manages to pick up 1, and Danny picks up Ruski, so they just get pinched. Unfortunate there for Ruski. And it's some stealth mount coming through here for Grego. He sees his targets. They're on their way out. Everyone is now as the circle has started to collapse.
And I wonder why they stay in the house at that point rather than moving to the right side of it, because, you know, Danny's realizing he doesn't have the hops quite yet. He's just going to try to mount up and jump on the boxes and get over. And Grego now out in the open. He's going to use his pot at this point, Nick. It is an appropriate pot time.
That's the break point. That's our threshold.
That's our threshold right
we
there.
know.
Dead.
Pro players use armor pots win.
Win. And Void and Spaceline, I mean, so much of the high-level play has been high-level play. Just getting the upper ground.
Yeah, high ground, very, very important. Only 1 mountain really left in play here. No, got a couple. The dueling peaks, if you will. Spaceline and Void.
That's not necessary, Void.
Not a ton of armor potions here. What? Crouch spam?
Yeah, the crouch spam.
You want to keep your head box on the move here so you don't get intentionally skilled headshot.
That's high-level tech right there as well. Michael Notorious getting chicken, and who can clean it up is going to be the big question. Void finds it, and you can see the green burst rifle still doing damage. Legendary concussion bomb to his name, and only a green blink. Kefri Bird going down as well, it looks like, and this is EU Prince Danny TV, and Grego having a fantastic round. Stuff that dreams are made of here, because Alternate and Mopork have helped them to finish some stuff off, but have not found the chicken kills. That's the problem.
9 kills for this squad here, looking to clean things up. Alternate able to maybe get this with a firebomb. He throws it in there, forces a little bit of movement out of Satori, and there it is. Finds the angle. Beautiful stuff from Greg.
But here you don't want to press. Look at that. He takes so much damage and backs away, tries to get into the Ghost Walk hustle just a little bit too low.
They need armor pots, man. They're out. They're completely dry.
And Spaceline and Void are up there and ready to shoot down and collapse onto this. They're playing more for the win rather than these.
Go get it.
You know what it is. Greg finding the kill. Alternate Greg, as we like to call him, as we know him very well, finding Yohelian.
Beautiful stuff there. Love that from Alternate. That's 2 clutch kills. I think that moves them north of 10 now with only 3 teams remaining. They are looking beautiful spot. They might be able to pull a -20.
I mean, Nick, this would be unprecedented. I think 3 rounds in a row in competitive realm. I don't think we've seen 3 different teams win 3 rounds in a row to start a tournament. Incredible stuff here from Alternate and Mopark. And Void and Spaceline trying to rotate around the southwest side. And they pick up
That's a lot of loot.
I was like, wait a second. I thought there was a legendary slug, and he didn't have it.
That's a lot of loot there. Now Void, he's legendaried out in basically every slot except for his chest. Picks up the gold slug as well. So now he has the ability to one-tap chickens, which is it's a big deal because those chickens can get a little slippery, hop out of windows and stuff.
Oh, he sees them. Over on the far side as well, Nick. It's 23 seconds, and the fog will be in on that little house. And right now, Mopork and Alternate are in it. And so it's going to be the 2 teams, 2v2v2, trying to move in. Which one plays the patient game? Which one gets the first shot? You hear the firebomb. It looks like Void and Alternate, as well as Spaceline and Mopork are going to be the two to fight first. But Grego and Danny are in the worst position as far as being out in the open and force a move.
This is happening in a couple of seconds, whether we like it or not. The circle stops, though, and these players root themselves in the positions they're currently at. Grego goes for the stealth mount to reposition slightly over this rock.
Oh, nice.
Gets a couple of potions, and that's big for him because he didn't have any.
I mean, well, he's been cautious with his potion usage, as we've seen
even
earlier
still.
on. And even still, I mean, are you saving those potions for next round?
The market's dry at the moment.
Seriously. Void and Alternate, I kind of like the way that they're so close to each other, yet no one wants to go around the edge because they know there are other players involved. Spaceline just seeing what he can get, what he can find. The damage numbers will give him more information as to where they're positioned. And there's the barricade as well, which I think Void can see, or at least hears.
Yeah, they can see it. Grego
So,
and Danny are the most split up right now. They've got the decisions to make. Return fire, the war of attrition, the war of concussion bombs between these two players. It's not going to do too much at this stage of the game.
bombs and fire bombs just thrown on the battlefield. This is a true war zone if I've ever seen
warfare.
one. Yeah.
Somebody commit, brother.
I mean, I think at this point, you look at sieging having to be the issue because
So who do you
want to
be in this situation, Evan?
I think I like being where, not where Danny is. I think I like being behind this house.
Okay.
I think I like being behind the house because I think the people who are going to get rushed in on the most is going to be Mopork and Alternate who are holding the fight. And you can see that right there. They are the ones who have the most attention, and it's right in the line of sight for Danny and Grego, too.
Oh, man. Danny just electing
they're
not
going
to
for it.
open up on this. Full commits looks like it's happening at the house right
Oh,
now.
here's
Concussion
Danny.
bombs, ghost walks. Danny getting involved as well. This is a full 2v2v2.
Nice shot, blinks away, and gets chicken. Grego's down, so Danny's still alive. Void and Spaceline as well, trying to fight their way to a Crown Royale. Good shot there on a Grego. Cleans it up, another -2, and he gets bombed into the fog. And there's a firebomb pushing him out.
That's a lot of damage there. Alternate doesn't have a lot of time to work with as he's going to return fire onto Spaceline. Misses his blink
Danny?
outside of the window.
Got him.
Danny rotates around, gets the killing blow. It's a 1v1v1. Spaceline
Oh.
puts Danny down. Greg still in the house. Greg bleeding out. He's got one shot to make it
Oh
count.
my.
Carve bomb
Oh
over the
my.
air. He misses
Oh
the shot,
my.
but he gets it done. Mopork rotates out